What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Sorry I have not uploaded in a couple of days. You guys might have noticed I didn't do my daily videos the last 2 days, and no, that is not because I blew up my account on TAWNF. I think 2 days ago I made around 3,500. Yesterday I made like 2,700, and today was a really tough day. I made like just under $1,000, and I got some good lessons I want to talk about because this market's getting really challenging, and you guys really got to size down and just protect. So I just want to talk about some of those lessons, and hopefully you guys will find this video helpful. And yeah, going forward, guys, I'm probably not going to do daily videos just because it's not a super hot market right now, and it doesn't seem like most of my subscribers are interested in a daily video. I think like less than 10% of you guys actually watch my daily videos, so it doesn't seem like it's worth the effort for me to, break my back doing videos every single day if it's not interesting to most of you guys. So if we get a really hot market again, like February, I'll definitely start doing daily videos again. But for now, I'll probably just try to do some recaps, or if there's some super important news that comes out, I'll try to do that, maybe, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 times a week, something like that. Just a little more realistic, I think, especially during the summer when the market gets a little bit less hot. But yeah, we got some crazy things coming out, guys. I don't know if you saw the humble, I guess, kind of hit piece by Hindenburg, but it was really crazy, so I want to talk about that as well. So just a lot of things. So let's dive into my computer as always, and yeah, I'm not even going to do any crazy editing effects today. I don't want to spend too much time on this video, so let's do it. All right, guys, so I'm here at my laptop, and this is the chart actually from February 12th of a stock NFF, and I just wanted to show this stock as an example of stocks that do not bounce. And the reason for this, you'll see in a second, because there was one that did a very similar thing today. But typically speaking, if you got a stock that's up here, I don't know if I can zoom out a little bit more, maybe give 5 days, 5 minutes. When you get a stock that's trading up, as high as almost 150 and, closes at 128, and then sells off from that area all the way down to 75 cents, all the way down to 62 cents, typically you're going to get some type of decent bounce, guys. You're going to get some type of bounce. But occasionally, you're going to get stocks where it just does not bounce. It absolutely refuses to bounce, and this was one of those circumstances. And I'm not sure, actually, in this case, I'm not sure what the reason that this sold off was. I don't know if it was just a morning panic that never bounced. But when there's especially bad news on stocks, they tend to not bounce at all, if that makes sense. And you can see kind of the same thing if I go to CCIV. That's my biggest loss of all time. Very similar thing happened. I don't know what the exact day was. Maybe I can try, the 25th or something. Yeah, you can see, it went down a lot, and then since then, if I go back to normal, it never really bounced, if that makes sense. So you would think a stock that drops from 62 down to 27 would bounce up to like 45 or something. Nah, it just never happened. It never happened. So pretty sad, but this is just the reality in this type of market, guys. And I just wanted to show you these charts so you can be prepared, because today we had a stock that I lost only about $300 on. Luckily, just gave back $300 of gains on the day. But this was just one of the many poor trades that I made today, and that's why I was feeling super frustrated. If you're in the Discord, you probably knew that already. But INCC. So this stock was being run up a lot over the last couple of days, and it had literally run from 0017, and it went as high as 88 today. So it hit like more than 4x'd in the last 3 days. And if I go look at this intraday chart, guys, it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So again, it reached a high of 88, just running up beautifully. And then they put out a tweet that basically said the whole reason that the stock was running up was unfactual. I don't know what the word is there, but inaccurate and I don't know, unfactual, something like that. And basically the whole reason that this had been running up was its affiliation with GGII, and I don't know if it was the CEO or who it was, but someone was basically tweeting about some affiliation between these two stocks. And GGII is like Hempico, which is supposedly going to be a huge deal. So because of that, INCC was getting a lot of sympathy from that and running up pretty big. But then Hempico basically came out and said, nah, we don't know who the hell they are. They came out at 12.21, and that was, you could see when this insane sell-off started. So there were no shares short of this, and I didn't realize what the bad news was until I think around here when I saw this crazy selling, and it just kept selling off. Like, this type of crazy panic selling volume is not normal. And I figured there had to be some type of bad news, and I asked in the Discord, and someone told us, someone actually, they found the tweet and told us. So we actually knew in the Discord about right here that that's why it was tanking, that it was bad news. And I'm just disappointed myself because I still assumed it would bounce. So I started, trying to size in down in these areas, had to cut for some losses. I started trying to size in down here, and you can see it was just very, very choppy, guys, based on these candles. Literally every single time it made it over 30 cents, the bid just got absolutely whacked, and it just fell back under. So every time I tried to buy the dip, and then, it looked like it was gaining momentum, it was actually going to bounce, I tried to, add and chase, I guess, on the ask, and it just rejected, and I lost money like 10 times doing that. So probably on every single one of those candles, I got wrecked on. So very, very frustrating that this thing just did not bounce at all. But that's the reality, guys, of this market. When you have a stock that gets hyped up for no reason, even if there's good news, it doesn't always go up. And TAWNF is a great example of that. So if there's bad news, oh my God, you need to be so careful when you are dip buying, and don't take massive size, man. Don't take massive size. So TAWNF, just to show you the chart over the last few days, guys. I mean, they came out with the great news. The news that everyone was expecting. He was I guess the call basically about fixing the debt. They voted and they approved it. It should be good news. And it gapped up on that news, but then it just sold off, man, because the news was, I guess, already priced in, or what? I don't know. So I mean, it literally just sold off, guys. It just sold off on the good news. So can you imagine what this chart would look like if they had basically said, nah, we're not gonna fix the company? I mean, it would have been disgusting. So this is just another example of why you have to be so incredibly careful. You've got to be so careful. And thankfully, because of how I play it, golly, this is tricky. Still don't know how to run Thinkorswim super well. So because of how careful I am, I was still able to make money on this because it still had some nice volatility. You see, there's still some nice sell-offs with some nice bounces in here. But guys, you cannot buy and hold random stocks like this that are getting hyped up in this type of market. You just can't do it. You can't do it. You got to be so incredibly skeptical, and that's how I'm able to stay positive every day so far this month. But it's one of those things, guys. So if you can ingrain into your head that like pretty much every company is going to be sketch, is going to be a scam, you are a lot less likely to be disappointed. So that's kind of the thing that I just want to convey to you guys. Just be careful, please. The market's getting really tough. It really is. And a lot of good traders are leaving their desks for the whole day or are leaving after the first hour. Summer's probably going to get slower. And this is just something that we got to accept. So that doesn't mean there's going to be zero opportunities, but we have to be like a sniper, guys. We have to go in with size. We can handle the emotions, nail the entries, and take the profits when we have them. And that's it, man. That's it. So GGII, this is another one I wanted to show today. It started selling off because this was right around the time that the other one was selling off. And unfortunately, I butchered this one, man. I got in a little too big. Well, probably not even a little too big. I guess I should have been fine. But I just ended up not being able to sell. And I forget where I bought. I might have bought here at 839, then ended up cutting it like 81 or something like that. It panicked way down. I ended up getting 200,000 shares from like 752 or something like that, and I sold it all at 7.7, guys. I sold it all at 7.7 and then left over $2,000 on the table, which was extremely frustrating. And what was worse was I started shorting about right here, I want to say, into the bounce, because it's just a play. You short into bounces, and I tried to cover here, and it ended up filling me literally right at I top ticked this, man. I top ticked this at 8.99. I covered because it wouldn't fill me. Like, it just would not fill me. And then, it just sucks. It just sucks. So like, not only did I buy, I got a pretty damn good entry, 750 here, but then I sold it all by like 7.7s. So I bought here, I sold here, and then I tried shorting here and then tried to cover here and then I ended up covering there. So like, not only did I miss out on most of this bounce and all the long gains that I could have had, but I got squeezed on the short side. So it was an epic fail, guys. Epic fail of a day. I mean, just absolutely trash. VBHI, this one had some news that came out. You can see the big spike in volume, but apparently it wasn't the news that we thought it was. We had some incorrect alert in the chat, and that screwed me over too. So just a very tough market, guys. I think that's the main thing I want to convey. You got to be so careful. And humble. You guys got to see this. You got to see this article, guys. So if you have not read this, go to hindenburgresearch.com/humble, and you'll see this article. You just need to read it to understand why you should not bag hold stocks, because based on this article, And everything in here seems legit. All this research seems legit. This stock is still really overvalued even at these price points, which is crazy to say given that it's, you know, breaking down so far below this area. I mean, it's down. It's now officially, I mean, that's 10x from the highs. The highs are now 10x from where it is now. I mean, that's crazy. And it's still ridiculously overvalued based on this research that they've done here. And they're just, it seems like they're not being honest with their shareholders, guys. It's pretty crazy. And I didn't realize all this potential dilution, but like literally there are up to 5 billion shares. Yeah, 5.54 billion shares to insiders and family members that can come on the market starting in December. And Brian Foote, he said he's not going to sell his, which is like 40%, but there's still billions of shares that could be sold on the open market in this stock starting in December, guys. And basically they've fallen flat on everything that they were trying to do. They've been unable to even meet the most basic of their app things. No one's using them for processing. They're using Stripe, all sorts of stuff, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy how much of a letdown this is, especially after all this hype. And it's crazy because there's people who are still holding, you know, and they could have sold up here. They were up unrealized ridiculous amounts. And now, like, this thing legitimately, guys, could go under 25 cents, which is insane to even think about. Because, you know, back here, if you would have said, man, you're going to have an opportunity to dip buy humble at 25 cents, I would have been like, hell yeah. But now I'm like, if it gets down to that area, do I want to dip buy it for a swing? Is it worth it? If there's still potentially 5 billion shares that can be dumped on my head? That's what's crazy to think about, guys, because at the current price point, I don't know. I really don't know. And that's on top of, you know, George Sharp's forwardly, I guess, warrants that they have to, what is that, another 125 million or something like that? It's just wild, guys. It's really wild. So you got to be so skeptical in this market. I don't even know what to say. I really don't. I mean, maybe it can bounce at some point, but golly, that is scary having that many shares over your head. I think the outstanding shares right now is only like 900 million. So imagine like all the selling that's going on right now. Imagine what that would be like if there were you know, 5 billion more shares being sold. You think you can break through a 5 billion share wall? Obviously, it's not going to all be at one time, but like that's going to be a lot of downward pressure, guys. And I just don't know when it can recover, especially if the stock, I mean, if they're not making good on all the promises that they had, man. That's what's crazy. So definitely give this article a read. Absolutely wild. And just stay safe, guys. That's all I'm begging of you. So if you have gains, protect them. Take size that you can manage, because it is a tough world out there. And if you take losses, it is very difficult to make that stuff back. It's not like a hot market where you could take a $2,000 loss and then make it back because there's going to be a perfect epic panic dip buy, you know, 30 minutes later. It's not like that. Everything's choppy. Everything's gross. Stuff is just fading. There's not a lot of opportunities. So let's play it safe, guys. Let's play it safe. I may be only trading for the first hour or two of the day, honestly, moving forward for kind of the summer. So until the market can get hot again, at least. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one, whenever it ends up being. I'm going to be moving soon as well, so that's something to keep in mind. I may not be able to make videos while I'm moving. I'm moving to Boca, so yeah, it's going to be some busy times, but hopefully you didn't miss me too much. I'm still here. Obviously, if you're in the Discord, you know that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.